Good morning. My name is Bill and I'm an alcoholic. And the share today is called Invisible. There's a saying I heard many years ago in AA, and it's this: there's only one thing I need to change in order to stay sober, and that one thing is everything. This may seem a big ask, but my experience is that it's not. It's actually spot on. Nothing in my life today is as it was in my active alcoholism. I surely can't be alone in thinking that Alcoholics Anonymous was just about stopping drinking, where a sober life is only about not picking up the next drink. Well, it turns out that my sobriety is not unlike my Bill W. plant, where it needs the right environment, the right living conditions, the right soil, the right amount of care, where how much water and sunlight it receives is crucial, where if the right ingredients for living are good, so then will be the results. Sobriety is a living spiritual and physical entity. It's a recovery from what would otherwise be described as a life-threatening disease, where my life, that was once filled with pain and unhappiness and low self-worth and anger and resentment, now has a growing awareness of the world around me. And it's within this living, growing awareness is how I live my new sober life today. It has become my new sober world. Sober living is much more about what you don't see as opposed to what you do see. It's about the untold just as much as the visible. Where so much more happens in an alcoholic's life to remain sober than you'll probably ever know. Sobriety is about letting go just as much as it is about holding on. It's about living a spiritual life whilst learning to love yourself. Where how I say and do things are just as important as how I don't say things and how I don't do things. It's about not wasting time nor cramming too much in. It's about going for a leisurely walk and not a 30-mile hike, where picking up a piece of litter is preferable to sweeping the whole street, where moving a little snail off the pavement and placing them in the hedge is more important than trying to save the whole world, where getting a balance is more preferable than trying to achieve what is ultimately unachievable. To keep our days sober, we walk away when agitated, we face our fears, and we live our dreams. We help ourselves just as much as we help other people. And when we ask for guidance, today we listen to what's on offer. The invisible in my sobriety, in my sober days, in my sober journey, is the bedrock upon which each sober day has been built upon. It's more important to create the conditions for a safe, harmonious recovery, where I'm learning to live as one with my surroundings. Recovery is a living being. It's a world within its own ecosystem. It's unique to each person who has it, yet it's identical in each recovering alcoholic. Don't judge a sober alcoholic on what you see, for it's in what you don't see that's probably more important. It's about being able to queue up without getting frustrated. It's about saying no as a complete sentence when needed. It's the tiny little bits of effort, of willingness, of humility, and of thought that go into each sober day. It's the folding up of our clothes. It's about tidying up when we're finished. It's why putting an AA meeting first and working a 12-step recovery program has become a priority. Not picking up the next drink is as a result of a long list of do's and don'ts. But the important thing is to get the do's in the right place, as well as the don'ts. Serenity is built on experience. It survives on taking actions. It lives upon a spiritual platform. Don't rely upon not picking up a drink to keep an alcoholic sober. Look at their lifestyle, their enthusiasm for change, their expectation list. An expectation list that eventually needs to be reduced to just one thing: to stay sober, to stay serene, to stay safe, to stay secure, to stay spiritually enlightened, and to be forever guided by the wonders of a 12-step recovery program. That's all. Build the shirt. Bristol,